everyone, Sheila here from Life with Pets. I hope that you can hear me okay. If you could just let me know if you can hear me all right. Sometimes we have issues with the audio. So let me try and pull the chat up and then I'll know if you can hear me. I'm going to also pull it up on here, I think, as well. So let me do that. All right. All right. Oh, hi, Aquatic Express. Thank you so much for joining us. Sarah, thank you very much. I cannot believe that we have been on YouTube for 2 years. When I started posting videos, I had no idea it was going to turn out into what it has. So let's take a look at the chat. I'm going to try and do this probably from my iPad, might be easier, but we've got Dylan, Mystic Cake, Puppy Love, Miranda, Johnny C, Absolute Aquatics. Thank you very much, Aquatic Express. Yeah, like I say, I just cannot believe that it's been that long. The time has flown by, and boy, have I had to learn a lot in the last 2 years in how to sort of grow a channel and obviously putting out content and everything. So it's been quite the journey, but I have really, really enjoyed it. And I hope that we will be on for many more years. So thank you all very much for the congratulations. That's really, really kind of you. I thought I would just do a quick stream. I thought I would go around and feed the fish as well and answer any questions that you've got. So I'll probably be on for maybe about 15 minutes to half an hour. So we'll just see how it goes and we'll take it from there. So, all right, so let's see this question. I'm thinking about starting up my own community aquarium with betta fish and with female betta and maybe mollies. Yes, you do need to watch with mollies. Sometimes mollies won't work with betta fish because they can be aggressive as well. So you've sort of got two lots of fish that are aggressive. So that is something that you will need to watch, but it possibly can work. I never want to say things absolutely don't work because sometimes they will, but for the most part, usually mollies are not a good choice. But you know, like I say, sometimes betta fish always like to surprise us. Sarah says, do you think you will ever have a saltwater aquarium? I don't think so. I think they're gorgeous tanks, I really do, but it's also very, very expensive and we like to keep things on the cheaper side, so I doubt very much I will ever do saltwater, but I don't want to say never because you just never know. But yeah, I don't think so. I really don't think so. So all right, let's see. Oh, I do hate this chat on my phone, the way it just vanishes and then you can't see anything. All right, I got my new guppies yesterday, so excited to breed again. What guppies did you actually get? What type of guppies did you get? Johnny C, thank you so much. Super chat, wow, thank you so much, that's so kind. Oh, it actually converts it as well, although I do roughly know what pounds are, because obviously I'm from England. Silverstream Betas says hello. But it actually shows me on the screen the conversion. That is really neat. I haven't seen it do that before, but thank you very much for that. Very, very much appreciated. The money that we do earn does go back into our channel to help improve content, and we are actually trying to do that right now with new software. What application do you use for editing videos? I have been using iMovie, but I am actually experimenting right now with Final Cut Pro. I'm on a free trial right now because it is quite an expensive software. So I am on a free trial right now on it just to see if I like it. And it has been a huge learning curve, but I'm hoping that, you know, over time I will get the hang of it and the videos will get a lot better, but that remains to be seen. So let me know, all of you that are here right now, how long have you been following us? So how many months or how many years have you been following us? That would be really interesting to me. Hey Amber, Big City Betas is here. Good to see you. Look forward to talking with you tonight. I love this fish community on YouTube. So do I. I think the community is really good and I think it's great the way that we all support each other as well. I just think that that is really neat. Okay, let me see that. I threw away my second betta tank as the plastic kept getting cloudy. Another betta tank I have of that type never got cloudy. My only conclusion is that it was the substrate familiar. No, I can't say that is the case, but I I think all our tanks are glass, so I don't know whether that makes a difference, but very often it doesn't necessarily mean just because the tank is the same tank as another one that you've got, every ecosystem is different. Even if you do it identically, it's still going to be different just because of the way either fish produce waste or how much you feed them and stuff like that. So it's not always the case. Oh, Nisi, thank you so much. That will buy lots of cups of tea. Nisi has said, oh, I'm so sorry for that. I've got this propped up right now. Nisi has said, thank you for all you do. You were one of the first YouTubers that started me in the YouTube community. Here's a cup of tea on me. Thank you so much, Nisi. That is just so kind of you. That will buy a lot of cups of tea. And in fact, my mum and dad are coming over in about 8 weeks. And so we will have some cups of tea or coffee on you. So thank you very much. That was very, very kind. All right, so Rosie says, please answer, I have a 3.5 gallon tank with one really small betta fish in, and I was wondering if there was anything else I could add to the tank. I would say the only thing that you could really add is a snail, and I would do probably one of the smaller snails, maybe a horn nerite or a nerite snail, and you just need to make sure that you keep up with the water changes on that. So yeah, a snail, that's about it, I would say. Assorted guppies, oh, these were the guppies that you got. Assorted guppies, there is also a new Petco being built only 10 minutes away from my house. So excited, that is exciting. We had a new one built not far from our house as well actually, but unfortunately the fish are always sick with ick. So it's not somewhere I go very often. So I thought super chats went straight to YouTube. Good to know they go to the creator. No, a super chat, I can't remember the percentage, but YouTube do take a percentage, and the creator also gets a percentage as well. So like I say, even with our Patreon as well, super chats and all our Patreon go straight back into obviously creating content. In fact, I'm right now doing some projects of stuff that we've just recently bought to redo a tank and redo it drastically. So I am really looking forward to that. And obviously keep doing all this does cost money, you know, creating and the time that goes into it. You know, so I think that it's great that when people do support us, and we are very, very appreciative of it as well. So can you keep an Amazon puffer alone in a tank with no fish in there? Yes, I would say you'd be better keeping a group of them and doing a species tank, and they still need a big tank even if you're going to do one. And the thing I would say about those is they are great fish, don't get me wrong, they are wonderful fish, but they are very quirky, and it can be very difficult to get them to eat the right foods. And we've got them eating the right foods, and yet we still are having issues with their teeth. We're going to have to trim their teeth, even though they are eating snails and freeze-dried food. So I do think that they are a difficult fish to take care of. However, they are a great fish as well, having said that. All right, I think some questions have just skipped. Where was that one there? I'm upgrading my male betta from an 8 gallon to a 15. Any recommendations for possible tank mates? I would say any nano fish are a good option. There's a lot of different types. I'm not really that good with all the names of nano fish, so I would suggest maybe Googling it or looking up YouTube videos. I think that Rachel O'Leary, she is really good with nano because that's her field. So I would say that I would go maybe check out her channel for different ideas, but also things like Harlequin rasboras, they do really well with betta fish. We've been very successful with those as well. So yeah, I would say check out her channel for some maybe nano ideas, because I think that she says a lot of them are very compatible with most fish. All right, so let's see. Woohoo, I was going to ask if you have a Patreon. Yes, I do. It's not something that I really talk about that much. You know, I don't like to sort of constantly be saying, hey, this and hey, that, and go check out this and go check out that. But it does support us. I always have all the links to anything in the description box below in our videos. So if you're looking for certain items that we're using, then they will actually be down in the description box below, including all our links to our store, because we do have an online store, and also our Patreon as well, and also coupons for plants, because we do affiliate with Justin from H2O Plants as well, and so there are actually coupons in there as well. So everything is always in the description box of our videos. I don't tend to do it so much for live stream videos, but for all our videos they are as well. So I'll tell you what, guys, let us go and feed some fish. Oh, I did just see one comment there. Where's it gone? I think I've just lost it. So oh, my 5-gallon Betta divider was awesome, highly recommend. Thank you very much for that feedback, I do appreciate it. All right, so I'm gonna take this now and let's go and feed some fish. So I'm gonna start with the goldfish. I will then come back and answer some more questions if you guys want when I've done this. So this is Bellfin, our very large goldfish, and he is still doing great in this tank. I'm not going to feed full meals right now. I'm having trouble picking this up, but I'm just going to put some in for now. He is still having no issues with his swimming, so I am so thrilled about that in this tank. As I keep saying, we are going to get him a 20-gallon long, so that is the eventual outcome for him. But he is doing so well, and he's absolutely gorgeous as well. So that is him. Let's move on to the babies. I shouldn't keep calling them babies, really, should I? Because let's face it, they're getting pretty big. So Sarah says, what were the issues he had previously? He had extremely severe swim bladder issues, and he would spend a lot of time upside down, and we've recently just rehomed a lot of our goldfish, and also the 55-gallon tank. So obviously we didn't want to send him somewhere because of the issues. I didn't want him going to somebody who maybe didn't understand or just basically didn't care, whichever. And so we kept him, but obviously he needs to move tanks. But I wanted to run an experiment first, and so and he's doing amazing. He hasn't been on his back once. He's had no issues whatsoever with swimming, so that is all really good. I am struggling so much doing this one-handed right now. The bloodworms do not want to come into the little tweezers that I feed with. So this is the struggles are real, guys. The struggles are real. Is it good to separate male and female guppy fry? I do, but it depends really exactly what you're doing with your breeding program. The only reason I do it is so that we don't send out so that we don't ship out pregnant female guppies, because a lot of people want them having not bred before so that they can maybe breed themselves and stuff like that. So we do, but you don't necessarily have to. It just depends obviously on what you want to do. So yeah, I will be going to the Amazon puffer tank, although I actually didn't get the food out for that, but I can do that. All right, so this one, the snails are making their way over to food in the bottom, because I did just put that in the bottom, and I don't know whether you can see there, but Minnie is trying to get at the food. She's hiding behind the plants right now, but she is trying to get at the food, but I'm going to see if I can get her to come up to the top. Usually if I tap on, there we go, if I tap on the top, then she'll come, and there's some for her. This is not their full diet, okay, so don't use this as a rule of how to feed. Right now I'm just showing you guys feeding them rather than an actual accurate food. All right, so let's go on through to the other tanks and we'll feed those. I'm going to do the guppy breeding tank first. Just let me close the blinds in here because it gets so bright. And let's turn this round. There we go. All right, so this one we have our beautiful little girl. Her colours are just absolutely gorgeous. She is actually already spoken for. We have had a lot of requests about this one because she's absolutely gorgeous. The camera doesn't seem to be focusing too well. Yeah, the crypts in this tank, especially this one here, just are amazing and are huge moss balls. These moss balls are enormous, absolutely enormous. Yeah, the guppy tank has changed a great deal. The plants have grown like crazy, and there are a lot of fry in here, but right now we've only got 2 males left because we have sold everything else. So this tank is pretty empty right now. And then I'm going to move over to the divided tank, and we're going to feed Bandit. If I can get some bloodworms, we're going to feed him. All right, there we go. Absolutely love this fish. For those of you that don't know, he came from Creative Pet Keeping, and he is the dad of the babies, so he is absolutely gorgeous. We do plan on breeding him again in the next few months. And then this is Theo, and believe it or not, he is a galaxy koi, but he just always shows up so dark. Do you think pea puffers are the best option as a beginner puffer? Yes, I do. For freshwater, absolutely. I do think they still have their quirks the same as the other puffers. However, I do think they're probably easier overall because they usually will readily take more foods than the Amazon puffers do. The Amazon puffers can be so finicky, and I didn't realise that when we got them. However, we have managed to get them to eat everything, but apparently that's not normal. Ours will actually even eat Repashy gel food as well, and that is totally not normal. So all right, I haven't actually got a lot of food left, but I'm going to just throw this into the puffer tank. So let me turn this round. Comes to the worms, they do only like a specific one. When will the baby betas be for sale? Probably not till April. I want to be sure of gender, and as I keep saying, we actually only have, I think it's 10, so there won't be that many because we will be keeping some, and it will be first come first serve. We've had so much interest in them that you just basically, it's going to be first come first serve, and they're probably going to go very quickly. We will be breeding again, so there will probably, if it's successful, be more at the end of the year, but obviously you never know whether that is the case or not. But these puffers have grown a great deal since we got them, and these have certainly grown a great deal since we got them. These are huge. They're probably about 4.5, 5 inches long, the biggest ones. So and one of my all-time favourite fish, I have to say. What tank mates for pea puffers? There's a lot of different opinions on that. Personally, I do think it should be a species-only tank. However, some other people say you can put them in with communities, and because it's not something I've done, I don't really want to give advice on it. So I would suggest maybe do some research. What are the plans for the 55-gallon, the one skullfish tank? We actually don't have the tank anymore. The tank is gone, or we're planning on selling it, I should say. We're planning on selling it because the dimensions of the tank I don't particularly like, and also at the moment we're trying to sort of bring down our workload with all the tanks and stuff. So at the moment, no plans. I'm not saying that we won't do another tank of some description, but at the moment we've got no plans to. So I have sort of thought about a 40 breeder instead of maybe one of our other tanks, but again, I'll just have to wait and see on that to see what we're going to do. So no particular plans at this point. And usually it's Patreon people that find out stuff first as well. So if you want to be in the know before everybody else, then Patreon is definitely the way to go. And we do have it set that you can just do $1, so it's $1 per month, as opposed to, I mean, we do have the option for people who want to do more just because they're supporting us, but you can actually just do us for $1 a month. So all right, let's see. What is more important when you breed? What is most important when you breed shrimp? For us, I'm not that up on shrimp in that we do keep them and we do breed them, but they just breed. They just do their thing. I would say that to try and get decent shrimp to start with, if you're going for colour, it depends really what you're going for. We wanted an easy shrimp, and I wanted something that was colourful and desirable with the potential to sell. So we went for cherry shrimp, and I did make sure that they were a really, really good colour so that they were desirable. As it happens, we do have a large colony, but I want it a lot larger before we actually keep going. Great job, keep it up, thank you very much. The Denison barbs are so beautiful. How many should be in a group? I would say minimum 5. Again, different people will tell you different things. So from our experience, I can only really talk about that. And online, most people say that 5 is the minimum. And for us, we've definitely found that to be the case. We have 6 right now, but they do need a large tank. They are fast swimmers. And the reason they need so many is they do fight amongst themselves. So you want them fighting amongst themselves, because if there's not enough of them, they will pick out one single fish and they will pick on it. So they are a great fish, and like I say, they are one of my all-time favorite fish. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. But minimum 55-gallon tank and minimum 5 in a group, preferably more than that, just so that they're not fighting like crazy. You have to forgive me for keep looking down. The chat keeps going off the phone that I'm on, so I'm doing the chat from my iPad at the side of me. Elsie Aquatics, hi, I really like your channel and your betas. So hi to you. All right, let's see, what else have we got? Oops, oh, this chat. The tank is so pretty, all the fish in the opaque tub, so I live mostly through those with glass tanks. I'm assuming that's you having a conversation with somebody else, maybe? I'm not sure. I was about to go out and buy some guppy strains. Would it be fine if I could breed a pair in a 10-gallon? Yeah, 10-gallon is fine. Absolutely fine. We only have ours in a 20 just because we were doing a breeding tank for profit, and so we wanted to add in more other species, and in this case it was the shrimp. So I wanted the breeding tank to be both for guppies and for shrimp. We are going to be focusing more on shrimp now than the guppies. I found that our guppies have been so successful that I seem to have spent my life shipping fish, and it is very time consuming, as those of you that do it know, and so I just need to pull back on that. So we do still have the guppies. We've got a lot of fry growing up, but I don't know if we're going to completely let them all go and maybe just keep some females to stay in the beta fish juvenile tank, or whether we're going to stop the program altogether. I'm not really sure, but we do want to focus on the shrimp. So Elsie Aquatic says, congratulations on 2 years. Thank you very, very much. It has flown by. In fact, it's absolutely, I just cannot believe it's 2 years. It's gone by so quickly. And I have enjoyed every minute of it. You know, the growing a channel is hard, as I'm sure a lot of you know, and you can also receive a lot of hate, which goes with the territory of being a YouTuber. But once you learn to live with it and you get really good at hitting that delete button, then it is not that bad. So if any of you are thinking of starting a channel, I would say go for it. The fish community is great, and it is always good to support each other. So all right, what else have we got? Fireman says, whoa, I made a stream. Soon 25k subs. Yes, I did actually look at that today. I don't look at our subs a great deal. You know, I do it from time to time, but I actually did look today, and I couldn't believe that, yeah, we're I think about 500 away. Hi Candy, good to see you. I think that we're about 500 away from the 25,000. And so that is really good. I mean, I never imagined that it would grow to what it is, and that we'd end up with an online business, and oh yeah, it's just crazy. Our community is wonderful, I agree. Yes, absolutely it is, absolutely. Hi, my name is like, oh, your name is like mine, except I'm Life with Fish. Yes, when we originally did the channel, we did sort of our dogs as well, which is why it ended up being pets. And I think at the time we also had gerbils, or I don't know whether we still had them or we didn't, I can't remember, but I intended doing more than just fish. I mean, I predominantly was going to do fish, and then obviously as it grew, it was more fish than anything else. So I just didn't want to change the name, because obviously the name became well known, and so we just kept the name as it was. I did actually think about changing it to Life with Fish, so we would have had the same name, but I decided just to keep it as it is. All right, yeah, I was going to choose pets, but that was taken. Yeah, there are quite a lot of channels with Life with Pets, and I think when I did it, it wouldn't let me do it, and that's why I actually put the name all together instead of just sort of like with the gaps in between. So it then became available once I put it together. Do you prefer gravel or sand? I think sand. I mean, sand is a little more work, but I do prefer the sand. I think I like the look of it, and I think for a lot of fish it's not as harsh if they're sort of like digging through it and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'd go for sand, and I like the black or the white. In fact, one of the makeovers we're going to be doing, we're still going to be using sand because I like it so much. So all right, let's see. Saving up for a pair of dividers for my 20 long. Can't wait. Love those things. Thank you very much. We have had a huge run on the 20-gallon dividers at the moment. I'm not quite sure whether somebody's done a video or what's going on, but I noticed that this last few days we have had a huge run on them, so we're having a hard time keeping up with them. But we are always adding to the site as well. So I did get asked the other day about more imperfect dividers, and that's not really something we can control. It's only if one gets damaged that we then put it on. So you know, it just depends. It just depends. All right, so do you have any stocking ideas for an old 5.5 gallon? I want fish that could go with a betta. As I've already said, for me personally, I would only put a snail in. I wouldn't do any other fish. In a 5.5 gallon, I would only do a snail, maybe a nerite, a horn nerite, or one of the zebra or tiger nerites. I think a mystery snail probably would be okay as well, but you would have to keep up on water changes. The thing with snails you've got to remember is they produce a ton of waste. How much frog bit can you have in a divided betta tank? You want to see ours? Actually, the frog bit for us will be going up for sale this weekend. It will be because we have got a lot of it again, but let me take the lid off and just show you how much frog bit we've got right now. This stuff grows like crazy, and it is great for betta fish because it goes, let me do this. It's great for them because of it coming down into the aquarium, so they love to sort of sit up there. That is one reason it is so good, but also it also is great for taking out, oh, just excuse me 1 minute while I put this light down. It's also great for taking out the nitrites, but just look at this. So as you can see, I have a lot right now, and it will be going up on the website. The only thing is, guys, it goes very, very quickly. Every time I put it up, it sells in no time at all. Now, the one thing I will say with frog bit that you do have to watch out with is, as you can see, it could quite easily cover the tank, literally cover the whole tank. And betta fish need like the pockets like there are here, because they need to get up for the air, so you do have to watch this. So this is why a lot of this will be getting sold. But believe it or not, I think it was like 2 weeks ago we sold a ton of this, and it was on the website, and I think I put about eight lots of it on, and basically the whole lot went, and the tank was left with about 6 or 8 plants in it, and this is about 2 weeks growth. So just crazy, absolutely crazy. Let me put the lid on this because I'm always paranoid about Bandit jumping after he jumped that time. So I'm just gonna put that over the hole for now until we're done. So somebody just asked, how do you go about buying it? It goes up on the website, and if one of the mods could just put the link to the website, so if you want to go take a look at the website. We will also have guppy grass back on the website soon as well. I have managed to, let me just set this back up again. I have managed to get it going again. So frog bit is not growing in my tanks at all, it just melts away. Do you have lights in the tank or on the tank at all? And what temperature is your tank at? I mean, frog bit is pretty easy to see. Oh, I missed a super chat. I did. I can't get it back. Oh, wait a minute, yes I can. Yes, YouTube finally let me send this. Love your channel, can't wait to see what new betta fish you get for breeding. Personally, I say yellow koi. I actually do have somebody on the lookout for a betta fish for us. We do have different plans for breeding. In fact, I have plans for 2 breeding projects right now for the betta fish. So it's going to be exciting. The next few months are going to be really exciting. We probably aren't going to breed till later in the year, just due to stuff we've got going on in our personal life. Do you deliver to Ireland? No, unfortunately, it's just USA only. We're in the US. I know I don't sound US, but we're in the US and it's USA only. So I'm sorry about that, but you know, we can't ship. There's so many things we can't ship internationally, and not to mention the charges are just crazy as well. So all right, well guys, I think that we are gonna finish it there. Was thinking you sound English. Yes, I am from Liverpool, England. People get very confused by that, very confused, but yeah, USA only. So I am so sorry about that, but like I say, there's not a lot we can do about it, so it's just the way it is. All right, I am going to call it a day there. Thank you so much for joining us on our 2-year anniversary, and we will see you again in our next video. All right, bye guys.